Hello everybody and welcome back to Emily's Upcycled Home. To shop my items, please click on the links in the comments. Follow me on my business page and that link will be in the description. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're going to go ahead and jump into project number 1. And I have these 2 amber bottles here in my stash. And I probably used them on my own decor, and now I'm ready to part with them. So I found these labels, and I can't remember where I got them from, you guys. But I'm going to come in here and age them up. I did print these 2 labels out that I'm going to show you out on my Dybo label printer. So I just have a black and white one. So the back is sticky here, so I'm going to add that to the bottle. But first I'm going to come in, like I said, and I'm going to age it with that same distressing ink and my cool little brush here. And then I'm going to come in with some black ink as well and distress it up a little bit more and add a little bit more definition and age to the outside edges. And mixing that up again with that little blender tool and going over the whole piece. Now, I'm going to seal these because I'm not sure if the distress ink is like a permanent ink or not, and the surface is a little slick. So you're gonna see me come in and seal these up. But what I should have done is just gave it a light spray of the Rust-Oleum spray because it did kind of wrinkle, and I'm gonna go back in and try to get those wrinkles out. But here I am just cutting out the pieces, and I'm going to come in with this other label here and do the same thing that I did to the first one. One says like perfume bottle, and one says dish soap, I believe. I don't know if that perfume bottle, if somebody would buy that much perfume, but I like the label, so it's going to go on the bottle. And this vignette today is going to be like a vintage kind of French country inspired display. And I think it came out really good, you guys. So I hope you guys like this. And here I am. I'm just going to go ahead and pull off that sticky back and apply it to the bottle. Now here, because the bottle rounds on the top, the other thing I probably would have done differently is just make it a square label so it doesn't go to this round part, and just square it out and start it where the straight part of the bottle starts. And you see me going in with my tool here in the back and just trying to smooth out those wrinkles. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply the next label and do the same thing, taking out those wrinkles with the back of my tool here and trying to smooth it out as best I can. Like I said before, I don't mind wrinkles because it's kind of goes with that vintage flow of the piece. But here I am going in with the DIY top coat, and I'm going to seal all that patina that we put on there in. And I'm going to do the same to the other bottle as well. And then this project will be done. Moving on to project number 2, there's just silver pieces here. And these are vintage silver pieces, but I had them for a while and I tried to post them different ways and they're not selling. So this is the last piece upcycle I'm going to do with these, and they're just going to stay on my site until they sell. But I'm going to come in with the ILD label packet here, and I'm going to use this label right here in the picture. And I'm just going to piece together the labels how I want them, and I'm going to put one with the wording and then one with that little angel head, and then after that I'm probably just going to come in and just seal over the words because I want them to have a little bit of a protective coat, and I don't want to seal the whole project because I want the silver pieces to keep aging as time goes on, and I just like that age patina look here. So I'm just coming in with that same little tool, and I'm just going to rub on the transfer onto the piece, making sure that I get my plastic here and rub over it again to make sure that it has a better bond. And then I'm going to come in with that same label, and then I'm going to cut out the angel piece And then I'm going to apply that one to the second little piece here. Once again, repeating that process with my tool and rubbing in the product. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to project number 3. And I'm going to take this basket here and we're going to come in with this linen chalk paint that I got from Hobby Lobby and Folk Art. And I'm going to go ahead and give this basket a coat of that color here. Now, if you saw my last thrift video, I believe, or the one where I did some fall decor, I used the other half of this basket, and this basket is the leftover piece from that project. So I'm coming in with that linen paint, and I'm going to go ahead and cover this kind of with a dry brush kind of look here. And I'm going to come over here with 2 kind of coats, you know, the first one and then the second one kind of lightly just hitting spots that I want. So here's the basket, and I already gave it a coat of the Rust-Oleum matte sealer just to seal in all that chalk paint. And now I'm just going to make this kind of a display piece. And I'm going to take this big old rose here and this greenery, and both those pieces are from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to make it like a display with a little photo. And here I'm just going to place this greenery, and I want greenery hanging over the basket, so I'm kind of just working that the way I want. And then I'm going to come in with a rubber band and just tightly bind all those pieces, those stems at the bottom, so that they're secure to the piece. And I'm just going to wrap that rubber band as many times it'll go, and as tightly as I can get it, so that the pieces stay together. And I didn't want to glue it because I want you guys to, once again, to be able to change things out and use things, and, you know, in different displays. And now I'm going to come in with this kind of, I guess, drop cloth kind of frayed ribbon that I believe I got from Hobby Lobby. And I am just going to come in here and tie a knot at the base of our little bundle here, and arrange it in the basket the way I want. Now, I was thinking of just putting like glue or a little dab of maybe a piece of Velcro to kind of hold this onto the basket, but I decided not to because it kind of lays there nice and perfect. And if you guys wanted to add something like that, or even glue it to the basket so it stays exactly where you want it, that'll work out too. So now I'm going to just go in here and I'm just going to trim the ribbon into those little corner edge pieces, and I just fold it in half, the ribbon in half, and then cut at a diagonal. Now, so the ribbon didn't fray, I added a little bit of DIY top coat to just the edges. And now to add a little bit something to the ribbon, I'm just going to come in with some IOD pieces of those label transfers once again, and just pick out some wording, and I'm going to apply this to the base of the ribbon. So as the ribbon hangs off, you see a little bit of that wording, just so it's not so plain, and it adds a little something something to the bottom here. Now I'm going to come in with that same tool here and then rub on the transfer and then pull back the backing. And I do go over this with a little bit of ILD top coat again because I'm not sure if the transfer needed to be sealed or not, but just in case, I went ahead and did that. And here I'm just going to put the year on the other one and go ahead again with my same tool and apply that transfer and come in with that top, big top. Now, if you see me right there, half of that transfer got stuck to my finger, but I left the as is. And then I'm going to come in and replace my flower here. And now I'm going to come in with that same label piece print that I did on the bottles, and I'm just going to apply it to this little hard cardstock kind of board here, and I'm going to cut it out with my scissors, and then I'm going to come in again and age the piece, and I'm going to apply that to the back of the basket, just kind of like to give it a little picture in the back. So here I'm just taking off these little clasps that came on the basket, and I'm gonna just darken that brass color there and age it a little bit. And this little piece is what's gonna attach to the basket to hold the picture. And it's kind of looks, those manila envelopes, and it has that clasp, that the middle that bends in one direction and the other to hold the envelope shut. That's the kind of backing that this piece has. And I'm just going to use that to attach that to the basket. And you see me here trying to make a hole in there, but I do eventually come in with a screw that has a pointed tip and just put that hole through there. You can also probably come in with your drill, and there is that little piece of metal there, and I'm going to go ahead and come in and attach that picture where I want, and then turn over the basket and bend back the clasp so the picture is secure. And it is also changeable, so if you wanted to change that out and put your own photo on there, that would work out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and rearrange these pieces again, and then this project is complete. So let's go ahead and move on to project number 4. And I'm going to make some 8-inch long wood risers here. And I don't know what size this board is. It was in my garage. I know I bought it. Maybe it's 2 by 5, 2 by 6. Is that a board size? I don't know. But I'm going to come in here with that same stain that we use or wash with the black paint, brown paint, olive oil, and water mixture. And I'm just going to go ahead and give these pieces a wash. And I want that weathered wood tone here. So that's why I'm coming in with this color of wash. And once again, like I said, you can mix any color paint and make your own different variety of washes. And I'm just going to come in with both pieces, and I'm going to use that wash on both pieces, let them sit for a little bit, and then come in with a paper towel and wash off all the excess off. And now I'm going to come in, and now I'm going to decide, because I want this all to go with the same vignette here. And that's how I do my projects on this YouTube channel. But I'm going to first come in with that Rust-Oleum matte sealer, because I want that wood stain protected on there. And I'm just going to come in with that linen color chalk paint that we've been using. And I'm just going to freehand some lines here, some grain stripes. And I'm not going to be perfect here. You want to have a more perfect look on your piece. You might want to tape your pieces off. But I'm just going to distress this all back, so I'm not worried about perfection here. I'm never really worried about perfection on my piece. And I'm going to go in here the best I can and draw my grain stripes on here, coming in first with the thicker one and then coming in with the same process with two thinner lines. And here is where I come in with my sandpaper and distress those grain stripes that I just made, wiping off the excess. And mind you, remember, I'm not going for a perfect look here. I'm going for a distressed, weathered look. And over time and things age and people try to fix things, and that paint just gets kind of caked in there. But then I'm going to go ahead and come in with the IOD pots transfer again. And I'm going to use the white pot transfers, and I'm just going to go ahead and come in with my tool again and repeat that process of adding those transfers on. Now one is a bird and the other is the little angel head that I put on the little silver pitcher. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that process again and add that transfer onto the second one. So I did come in here and put 2 coats of this top coat, especially on the top of the piece. And now we're going to go ahead and come in with our little spindle feet here. Now I have some already cut up in this little bucket. And you see me just putting my hand on top, trying to find the pieces that are leveled out and the similar size so that I can add them to the base. That way, my piece is not unleveled. And I use this hand method a lot and it works for me. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with my wood glue, and then I'm going to come in with my little paintbrush, add the wood glue to the bottom, and then come in with my 3-inch nails and my brad nail gun and nail in the spindles to the base of the wood. And I'm going to repeat that same process for all 4 feet. And then I'll do the second one off camera. And then you guys want to set these aside with some weight on them so that the spindles and the wood glue have that tight bond. And the nails there just to kind of help support it. And then this project's done. And now onto the finished products. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.